How long have you guys been in this house?
53 years.
Is that right? Oh, wow. So nice. Do you know all your neighbors?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Everybody knows me and my dog.
What kind of dog do you have?
A Shih Tzu.
Oh, that's what I wanted growing up.
No, I've had a Shepherd German Shorthair. I had a Shepherd Doberman. I had a cattle dog. And I have a Shih Tzu.
No golden retrievers? That's what I have. Too much hair, by the way.
Yeah, we had a Bernie Doodle. So
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started.
Herb, put this on camera.
Here, do you want me to
only
do it?
have one eye.
Thank you. Ready? Good afternoon.
I'm going to video it.
My name is Herb Mikie, and I want to welcome everyone to my home of 53 years, not 35, 53 years. Mary and I lived in Kenilworth, and we love Kenilworth, New Jersey, especially New Jersey. And
That's where we met.
that's where we met. I'm retired. Mary's retired. Mary's my wife for 57 years. And we both live in Kenilworth for all this time. We had 2 children, and we enjoyed living in Kenilworth. We're both retired. Basically, we live on Social Security, a fixed income, and a little the savings that we have amassed during my work. We've seen costs rise. Everybody has seen costs rise. Utility bills are going up, taxes are going up, groceries are going up. But most of all, I think the utilities are really putting a dent in our budget. When we first moved in, I believe our electric bill was under $100 a month. Now it's creeping up close to $400 a month. That's a big increase. That I think it's uncontrollable, and something really has to be done. Mary and I, when we speak to our neighbors, they have the same problem. Neighbor across the street, his electric bill is sky high. The taxes are sky high, and we are looking for Mikie Sherrill to help us out in this state, and I'm sure she's going to do a good job. Mikie knows what we all know. Utility costs are out of control. My family and others can't wait until changes occur. That's why I'm excited about Mikie Sherrill's announcement to freeze the utility increases in this state. We need that, and personally, we need tax reform too. But that's another story. That's not why I'm here right now. When Mikie is governor, I'm sure on day one, she will stop the increase in utilities. This will bring our costs down and give us a better life in New Jersey. New Jersey is our home. I retired here, Mary's retired, and we love this state. Mikie will sure help make New Jersey as affordable for my family and for others in the state. Bring down the cost of living utility prices. Mary and I, Mary is a committee person in this town, a Democratic committee person. We will actively campaign for Mikie. We want to see her really succeed. We need change, and I think she is here to change things. And Mikie, we are pleased to have you, and you're our next governor.
Thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. That was great.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Keith Mashagna. I'm a proud member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 164. As we all know, unions built New Jersey, and we're an integral part of the economy. We are the middle class. Mikie knows that. She's the granddaughter of a UAW worker, so she understands how important unions are. We don't just help our own members, but we help all working class people. I am also the mayor of a small town in northern New Jersey, Park Ridge. We have our own utility. I was just informed by our director of operations that we're anticipating a 30% increase in our transmission costs next year. That's not sustainable. Both my members of my union and my residents, they're in crisis now. Wages are not staying up with this problem. So it's nice to know that our future mayor has, our future governor, excuse me, has a plan, because her opponent seems to have no plan whatsoever. It's extremely important that she declares a state of emergency on utility costs. She is committed to doing that on day one. She'll eliminate unnecessary red tape and permitting delays so new, cheaper, cleaner energy can be built. This new arsenal in our state will bring down bills and help working families make ends meet. More power generation means more good-paying union jobs as well, and more families with a pathway to the middle class. Jack has not said anything on this. This is probably the most important thing that New Jerseyans are dealing with, and we're not hearing anything from the other side. So I am very grateful that our next governor behind me has a plan. I'm glad to be supporting Mikie for governor. She'll lower costs for families and will always ensure that labor has a seat at the table. I'm going to step away so you can speak before the rain comes down. But thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate her. Mary, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks for sharing your experiences. I'll get right to it. Our utility bills have gone up by 20% this summer. New Jerseyans are hurting, and I hear it from families all across the state. You heard it from her, but he is just representative of so many of the families I speak to. And we can't continue to kick this can down the road. I was trained in the military. You handle a crisis head on. So on day one, I'm going to declare a state of emergency on utility costs. What that means for New Jerseyans and how I'm going to lower costs immediately is freezing utility rates on day one. When I take office, the average New Jersey family won't see an increase in utility rates for an entire year. I'll massively expand cheaper, cleaner power generation and building an energy arsenal in our state. We're going to cut through red tape and eliminate permitting delays to get that done right now. It means immediately breaking new ground on solar and battery storage projects, expanding capacity at our existing nuclear and streamlining the modernization of existing natural gas plants to make them cleaner and more efficient. I'll demand a new level of transparency from our utility companies, JCP&L, PSC&G, Atlantic City Electric, and Rockland Electric, to prevent collusion and price gouging. And I'll instruct my Attorney General to take on our grid operator, PJM, and Donald Trump to court to force them to end their mismanagement and get new power added to the grid. So let me be clear. My plan is going to deliver immediate relief to New Jersey families by streamlining, modernizing, and expanding our energy arsenal will not only lower energy bills in the immediate future, but also create a long-range plan and strategy for driving down costs, increasing production, and decreasing carbon emissions across the state, because more power generation means lower bills. So right now, solar is the fastest way we can get clean, cheap power into the grid. But we have too much red tape and permitting delays, so we're worried that we're going to miss out on many of the programs that I passed in the last session of Congress. So we have got to do better. We have got to get through the roadblocks, the interconnection delays that are preventing us from getting that into the grid. It's increasing utility bills. So if we want to reduce utility costs, we need to end those barriers and get that power into the grid. And my plan does exactly that. And we need to prepare for our future energy needs. So I'm going to immediately develop plans for new nuclear capacity at Salem County. We already have a pre-approved site there, the 4th site. So we have got to build that out. I'll sit down with neighboring states so that we can act together to drive down the cost of building new nuclear plants. It demands urgency because from across the state, I hear that this is breaking the back of too many families when we have an overall affordability crisis. So much of that pain is coming from electric bills. And the rate hikes are forcing families to make impossible choices between putting food on the table and paying for electric bills. I've heard from a 100-year-old World War II veteran who's on a fixed income and in an assisted living facility. His bills have nearly tripled. So it's what I've heard from Herb about having his electricity bills nearly double recently and having to reevaluate his overall budget to adjust for that. It's unacceptable. The people of New Jersey can't afford any delay here. So with immediate action, I'm going to get projects into the grid. I'm going to expand capacity, drive down price, and decrease carbon emissions. All of this is happening at the same time as Donald Trump is passing the price hike bill and driving up costs for everyone here. So, you know what? I'm a Democrat, sure. But I'm a New Jerseyan first. So I am going to take on anyone who gets in the way of driving down costs for people. That includes PJM, a regional grid operator that has refused to plug new clean power into the grid, which is driving our utility bills up. My Attorney General is going to join forces to take them on and add new energy to the grid. I'll demand transparency from our utility companies like PSE&G and JCP&L and Atlantic, City Electric and Rockland Electric. When I'm governor, I'm going to make sure that they open their books so we can see exactly what is going on with pricing. And I'm not going to back down as Donald Trump rolls back some of our clean power initiatives, which have been working to enter more power into our grid and drive down prices. And this stands in complete contradiction to my opponent, Jack Ciattarelli, because he won't take on anyone. He's going to do whatever Trump says. So he won't take on PJM. He won't take on the electric companies. He won't take on anyone if it threatens his relationship with Donald Trump. In fact, he's called PJM the largest grid operator in the United States. The grid operator that a bipartisan group of governors across the country blames for much of this mismanagement, quote, some regional nonprofit, and said that holding them accountable is, quote, a bunch of BS. He said it's okay if New Jerseyans feel some pain when it comes to Trump's economic policies that are punishing New Jerseyans. And here's some news for Jack. Trump's tax hike bill is raising utility costs by $220 each year. PJM's mismanagement is costing families an additional $400 per year. So yeah, people are feeling a lot of pain, and as governor, I am going to address it. So we have an energy crisis on our hands. In times of crisis, I learned in the Navy, you have to lead, follow, or get out of the way. I'm going to lead. Jack is going to follow whatever Trump tells him to do, even if that means higher costs for New Jersey families. He's going to run away and let Jack call the shots. So we have no time to waste, and on day one, I'm going to get right to work. So with that, I'm going to open it up to questions.
Can you explain how the governor has the authority